Hi guys, Neil at Italia Autos here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. So behind us we have a Fiat Barchetta, however you would like to say it, it doesn't really matter. We're going to have a look at the car today, see how it's holding up. So let's have a look around it. Other than being a little bit dirty from where it's been stored in the unit for a few days, it has been in for a cam belt and a water pump, so that has all been done now. It's a very nice metallic blue, it's holding up very well. Alloy wheels are in pretty good condition, can't really see many marks on them, there are some but nothing major. When it's on the ramp I will give it a little bit of a better going over to check for rust and things like that. The rear lights are in actually good condition because they do tend to fade and crack. The rear Fiat badge is a little bit faded. There is a crack in the rear bumper here. The hood itself doesn't look too bad. I would assume by the feel of it this is an aftermarket hood. The fit isn't the greatest. Rear screen is in good condition. A little bit of wear going on here. Yeah, from what I can tell, the bodywork is in mighty fine condition. Let's get the hood down now and see what it looks like with the roof down. So the one thing about these, they're all manual roofs and they're really easy to put down. We're talking, what, 10 seconds, if that? The interior, how is it holding up? It's holding up quite well. I think it's quite a smart design. Unfortunately, it does have some wear to the carpet, which is all plastic, so that could do with taking out and changing. Let's show you inside the boot. You do have a relatively decent amount of room considering how small these cars actually are, but you could definitely get a couple of overnight bags in there without any problems at all. I mean, the inside is fairly roomy. So I mean, the inside is fairly quite roomy for what is a small little cabriolet. It is nicer to have the roof down than up, being 6'1". So you know, you do bang your head on the cloth material every now and again, but you know, it's still a perfectly comfortable car. I could happily sit in here for a few hours driving to the coast in the summer with the roof down. It would be very nice. Onto the interior again. You know, it's got all the mod cons you would normally expect in a 90s car. We've got electric windows, central locking, a cassette player, which actually works, and these are actually quite rare to get hold of now, so it is missing in my Barchetta. We even get a passenger airbag, and that's about it for the mod cons. All your dials and dashes are all manual, but you know, they are a nice sounding car. We've got no warning lights. The 1.8 engine does actually sound really good, and because they are such a light car, they're actually pretty rapid as well. Under the bonnet you do have your 1.8 Fiat 16 valve engine, which is pretty much a twin spark engine set without the twin spark. Everything is, you know, it's a little bit tight in there to work on, but you can still get to most things. Doing the cam belt was a little bit of a pain. You do have to remove the water bottle to get decent access. But you know, everything else, it's just like a twin spark engine almost, and very straightforward to work on. Right, giving the car a quick going over underneath all the susceptible rust places. We have got a little bit of rust starting there, nothing major at all, but you know, these cars are getting on a bit now. They are 23 years old, something like that. A little bit of rust going up there as well. The front tub is all free of rust, to be honest. I did notice a little bit of a crack on the bonnet, but other than that it was all okay. A few little bits of rust coming through here. The sills are relatively rust free until we get to the back end. As you can see, we've got some coming along here and along here. These sills are actually a part of the car. They're not removable, or not easily removable anyway, so that does pose a challenge to repair that rust. Around the rest of the rear arch, it looks quite rust free. Nothing to really report because you can't see any of the suspension components from here. Let's have a look around the other side. Yeah, a little bit of rust coming through here as well. But that's it really. Oh, a little bit coming through there as well. It is working its way from the other side, so it does need stripping out and repairing properly. We do have some on the inner edge there as well, going right the way down to there. The sills are rust free as well, and so we'll do look the doors. But looking around it, all the brakes and suspension are in relatively serviceable condition. Final arch, we've got a little bit of rust coming there. And a little bit of a scrape there, unfortunately, but it looks like a lot of that would polish up actually. Now on to the underside. Those who know the Mark I Puntos know that the Barchetta is very similar underneath. It uses a lot of the same components. Even the rear subframe is very similar to a Alfa 145. It's sort of all around the same sort of generation. Rear shockers are looking rather old and it looks as though they could do with replacing. I can't see any leakage. Yes, I can see some oil on that one. Whether that's from the shocker or from something else, I don't know. It has had some new brake pipes at some point. The bump stop has broken. They're not the easiest to get hold of nowadays. Rear chassis legs are relatively free of rust. A little bit of rust on the upper floor pan there, sort of the back floor pan where the fuel tank goes. Oh dear. Right, so I have just spotted my first sort of bodge. The exhaust mount has got like 4 layers of perspex holding it into the right position. Now, why have they done that, I wonder? I think that's because it's an aftermarket exhaust and it's not got the right length pipes to mount it onto. So yeah, that's a little bit weird. The bump stop is broken on that one as well. We have had some rust repairs done to it because we've got lots and lots of stone chip. Let's try and find out where we've had a patch done. We've had a big patch done here. Another patch here. And on this side we have had a patch along there. Can I see anything along the back? No, that looks relatively original. Now onto the old engine now. Steering and suspension, yeah, some of the components are a little bit rusty and aged, but nothing really to worry about. Everything's still there. We don't have any oil leaks that I can see. Oh, we do have a little bit one on the back of the engine here. It looks as though it's coming from the diff, so you might want a new seal putting in there. And we've got a little leak, what looks like from the end of the gearbox as well. Rust-wise, from what I can see, we're all very good for such an old car. It's not that bad at all. It's had a radiator quite recently by the look of it. Everything's still solid there. Yes, it could do with some rust treatment, but it's not bad at all. So that was a look around this little boat. It is in fairly good condition for its age. You know, you don't see many of them on UK roads, and they were a rare seller anyway, because Fiat's wisdom, they never decided to make them in right-hand drive, which was a massive mistake. So now I've had a play with this one. I'm interested in getting mine back on the road again now if we have some summer, so I might be doing some videos on my car again in the near future. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. A little something different on the channel again. So don't forget to hit that like button, and I shall see you in the next video.